Welcome to the HR Empowerment Podcast, where we will uncover strategies and new insights from HR professionals who discuss up-to-date regulations, best practices, and the most pressing topics like diversity and equity, leadership, dealing with difficult situations, and much more that affect your bottom line and business. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back. It's Wendy Sellers, the HR lady, with my co-host, JC.
Hello.
Hey, we're here talking about our new best friend, ChatGPT.
It's a monster.
Is it valid? It's a monster. But here's the question. Is it valid and is it reliable? You know, not every AI result is accurate. Now what?
Yeah, no.
What do we do?
A lot of people have asked that question. And when we think about how I called it a monster, you could equate that to like when Shaq was playing in the NBA. He was a monster. He got on the court and just wrecked it. ChatGPT goes out there and just wrecks it. They're top dogs. GPT-4 outperforms GPT 3.5. And these are basically the engines that are behind ChatGPT, right? It continuously evolves. So GPT-4 outperforms GPT 3.5 by 40% on internal adversarial factuality evaluations. That's according to OpenAI. GPT-4 lacks knowledge of events after the majority of its data is lost, September 2021, like you talked about. And it fails to learn from its mistakes from time to time. So there are things about it that are unreliable. And depending if whether or not you're paying for a subscription will also depend on whether or not it might be browsed on the internet in this current version. By the time you hear this, that could even change. It changes day by day, too.
It really does. It is literally changing day by day. There's different news out, I think, every single day about AI. Is it good? Is it bad? You know, even the people that put money behind it and said, let's go. They're like, oh, wait, this is very dangerous to society. Definitely some certain industries like the medical industry and the education industry are very concerned, that people, let's just say for the medical industry, healthcare industry, people are going to go to ChatGPT and start diagnosing themselves and or taking drugs, legal or illegal, to cure things because they think that, the AI, the data is all knowing. But data in is data out. And so where does it get this data from is very concerning. What I have used it for so far is to verify accuracy of policies, procedures, job descriptions. But I'm making sure it's not it's literally whatever I search is not leaving my computer screen until I have vetted the accuracy and or put maybe if I was copy and pasting it into an email, put a bunch of disclaimers saying this depends on what state you're in, just depends on a lot of information. Anybody in HR, we always say these things when people ask us this question, we go, it depends. I need more information. and it's no different. This is no different. Is this accurate? Is it valid? Is it reliable? It depends. I need more information.
Speaking about more information, Wendy, Stanford University and Snapchat did a fascinating study that shows a very beautiful way that augmented intelligence and human-machine collaboration can be used. The research involved making a system in which human input is used to improve the ability of existing computer vision algorithms to find and describe objects. The experiments are done using cutting-edge ideas like crowd engineering, a set of constraints like utility, precision, and budget, and they're used to decide if and how people should be involved. Optimization is done with the Markov decision process. From both a computer engineering and a crowd engineering point of view, the results turned out to be good. Now, it can sometimes fail at very hard problems the same way that people do, like putting security holes in the code that it makes. GPT-4 can also be sure that its predictions are sometimes wrong because it doesn't double-check its work when it's likely to make a mistake. That's coming to us directly from the makers of ChatGPT and the overseer GPT-4 there, the OpenAI. That's their statement on the topic. It can be wrong.
Right. And we're not going to know that unless we, the user, go ahead and verify the information. Listen, it's just like getting any article from, even from SHRM or from any well-known magazine or resource, unless it's a law, and in the U.S. it has like .gov behind it. I always, check and verify. Even with laws, you could be reading a law on the internet and you're like, here's the law, but you didn't realize a new law or an updated law was just passed 2 weeks ago. So it's always about checking and verifying, which means you can't just throw all this, like writing job descriptions, writing policies, verifying information, SMART goals, all of this recruiting processes, chatbots. You can't just throw this on an inexperienced assistant, for example, because they're not going to have the information or the data or the knowledge to say, you know what, this doesn't seem right. So check and verify is definitely, what I would like to say. Go ahead, JC.
Critical thinking and critical validation to support what you're saying. It's so key.
Right.
It's so key.
And they're human activities, right?
Right.
Critical thinking is not an AI activity. I'm going to give you, I told you I'd give you some examples of things that I searched in ChatGPT. The more specific you are with the question, the more information you're going to get. So I had in here, what states in the U.S. require employers to cash out accrued vacation time as compensation? And it came up with a quick little article with a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 states. It said the following states have laws that require employers to pay out accrued vacation time as compensation upon termination of employment. And then it lists the states: California, Colorado, Illinois, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Montana, Nebraska, North Carolina, Rhode Island, and Tennessee. And then it just has a little blurb at the end. But that's all it says. So then I asked another question and said, okay, what are Colorado rules for vacation payout upon termination? And then it gave me 3 more paragraphs that was specific to Colorado. The one thing that I do want to tell people, if you are saying, I want a comparison of all of them, I have found that ChatGPT creates charts as well. You just have to say, create me a chart or create me a comparison chart of all the states in the United States of America that require vacation payout during termination. So you'd be very, very, very specific. And then it creates a chart, and then you just copy over and paste it into an Excel sheet. And it's really, really cool.
Yeah, with all those right safeguards in place, these AI systems can reduce risk and help manage your results for you. Absolutely. But it's all about those right prompts, just like you're talking.
Thanks for listening to episode 3 of our 5-part series on ChatGPT. In our next episode, episode 4, we're going to cover some tips and tricks to get ChatGPT to work for your business needs. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining the HR Empowerment Podcast, brought to you by Aurora Training Advantage. We hope you've gained new insight and strategies to navigate the HR profession. We look forward to you joining us again on the HR Empowerment Podcast.